about Vietnam again. We did it briefly last
Yeah.
time, but you've been to a place that I haven't been to yet in Vietnam, and it's called Hue.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, go
Um
on about Hue a little bit.
so I honestly I the only again, not a history guy. I know what
Hmm.
happened in Vietnam with like the conflict because it's technically not a war if you want to get political or governmental about it, but
Right.
the Vietnam conflict. Um when I was there, I went to I guess it was Ho Chi Minh, which was formerly Saigon, and then I had to take
Hmm.
a I think it was a 26-hour train ride to Hue. Um, that in itself is an adventure and a journey. But Hue is totally unlike Ho Chi Minh. They've got it's I guess the only way to like experience or to tell you how it felt would be it's kind of like when you're in a like a city and then you go to like an island like tropical place where it's like you can feel it's more laid back, it's more relaxed,
Mm.
but it's not like a beach area. It's deep jungle, and they have a lot of ruins from the war, and it's really weird again to go to these places where it's like as an American you were part of the problem and they, I believe, Hui was on the opposing side. I don't really know, because there was like a
I actually
pro-American
don't know.
side. Yeah, it's like a pro-American side and a anti-American side, which was like the
Yeah.
whole conflict.
I
Um,
always thought Hue was in the middle or
it
something.
Hui actually might have
Oh,
been okay. It might have been the pro-American side. I don't,
I
not a
wouldn't know.
history guy. I don't, Saigon may have been Ho Chi Minh. I don't. Okay. Anyways,
So
um,
they're part of America's side. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like
I don't know.
they have all these ruins that you can literally just like go around and walk, and it's they're there. You have to cross like this huge moat. But we got like this private tour. We paid a gentleman and a lady on a moped to drive us around deep into the jungle and got to experience um, like a traditional like temple where you had to walk through this jungle. And I remember thinking to myself like, am I about to get murdered because there's nothing out here except
Mm.
this jungle, and then all of a sudden it's just like this temple and it's filled with tourists and it's beautiful. I've never been to Thailand, but just the pictures that I've seen, it's I guess similar to that, unlike Korea or Japan, where it's like the Asian temples are different.
Right.
And it was just this it's like a sense of calm there, and I know I'm not Buddhist, other people are, and it's like that Zen feeling that they talk about, like that's what you get when you walk into a temple in Hue, or even just like the surrounding areas, like the historical, they've got it gated off and it's like you go through the historical ruins from the war. It's just a neat experience. I it's like I can't explain it other than just saying like it's Zen. Yeah. Um,
I've yeah, I haven't been to Hue, but I've heard Hue is kind of like the Kyoto of
yeah.
Vietnam.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's
Okay.
probably the best way to put it. Like it's again, for those who've never been to Japan, like Tokyo is a big busy city. Osaka, Kobe, Hiroshima are all great, but Kyoto it's like this calm city where it's like they kept everything preserved.
Yeah.
And that's I would say that's way to a T with the exception of like the ruins that are there that you can still walk through. Like it's
Um.
peaceful.
Right. The only historical connection I know with Hue was that it's the Kyoto
Yeah.
of Vietnam, but also there was a famous battle there where the Americans are basically unprepared, I think. No, or were prepared. It was a very bloody battle.
Yeah.
So the Battle of Hue. But that's all I know about it. But in regards to Vietnam, like I've been there several times. Um, the only historical stuff that I've seen in Vietnam, like uh, that's shown a lot, would be the from the war,
Yeah.
right? And I've said in the previous podcast, but basically a lot of Vietnamese prop propaganda, politics, is showing the places that Americans used to occupy,
Yeah.
and then they're like, haha, look, we took it over now. Americans are bad, whatever. Some of those places, for example, were in Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon, which was
They had like big billboards.
Yeah, big billboards. And it was like, what's that called? The older U.S. Embassy. It's now like a museum, and it's like, okay, this is,
Oh
I can't.
man, it's not
It's like,
reconciliation. It's called
oh, reunification.
there you go. That's it.
Yeah, it's called the Reunification Palace or something.
Yeah.
And then there was even like what's it called? Like a no, like a post office? I don't know. They used to be an American building, and it's like, or American run building, and then now they go there, it's like a museum again.
Hmm.
But there's a lot of that in like Ho Chi Minh City. And I've actually been to Hanoi, the capital, and Hanoi has much less of the, hey, we beat America, because it was America never went there. But they actually have some like older historical places there. I was there for 2 days, but it was like some random little temple in the lake in Hanoi.
Ooh.
There were some like cultural buildings from like the past, and that's my memory of Hanoi. I didn't like Hanoi that much, but anyway, that's another video in the future.
Well, if
But,
we're going down that road, I have issues with.
yeah, yeah.
I've had
Yes.
some weird experiences in Vietnam.
Yeah, exactly. As have I.